Okay, I'm recording this session as well, so I'll start from the beginning. And as you know that these are the most important concepts we should be knowing for the MCQs. And we start with the first one. You people were there in the last class also, so you have already solved it. But for the students who are not here, for them, the first one, Cadbury could have invested the $75 million pounds in opening a new distribution center in India instead of installing new production lines at the Boneville factory. This is an example of opportunity cost because they are opting for one option and leaving the other option behind. Question number 2, calculate the real income in Pakistan when the GDP per head is increased by 4% and the prices increased by 7% in 2021. So whenever we have to find out the real income or increase in the real income, then we have to subtract the prices from the increase in GDP. Increase in GDP minus the increase in the prices, and that will be 4% minus 7%, so your answer will be minus 3%. Question 3, reallocation of resources on a PPC is shown by an outward shift. So we discussed that is not true. Reallocation of resources on a PPC is shown by the movement on the curve from one point to another. Question number 4, the price elasticity of supply of Fanta candies is 4. So if the prices are increasing by 2%, what will be the percentage change in the supply? So we simply use the formula of PES is equals to percentage increase in the supply divided by the percentage change in the price, which is 2% over here. So we can write mathematically 4 is equals to, your numerator is unknown, so x upon 2, and you multiply them, so you'll get 8 as the answer. 8% change in the supply will be there. Question number 5, HDI, consider life expectancy at birth. That was simple. HDI, you know, that is the Human Development Index. Question number 6, subsidy is a demand side measure. True or false? It's false because it is a supply side policy. Basically, subsidy, tax, and selective tax, incentives, regional policy, training institutes, all are basically the supply side policies. Number 7, primary income includes donation. True or false? Donations will be there in the secondary income in the current account, so that is false. Number 8, balance of payment deficit and budget deficit are the same. That is false because balance of payments includes exports and imports in the process of international trade, and the inflows and outflows in the process of international trades and investment done abroad and all those things. But balance, the budget deficit or budget itself, is the comparison of the earnings and expenditures of the country within the economy, within an economy. So that basically is has a different impact. Policies are different. The working of balance of payments and the budget will be entirely different. So we say that they are not the same. So it is false. Question number 8. Number 9. Maximum price barrier is the measure to correct a market failure. Why market failure? Because monopolies and some of the very dominating firms can put up prices at a very high price. Has to be tackled by the government, so the government intervenes and correct the market failure by using the maximum price barrier. So the government is looking for welfare maximization. They want to see that the consumers will have most of the consumers, in fact they try to do it for all the consumers, individuals in the economy, so that they can afford especially the basic necessities of life. So number 9, Maximum price barrier is the measure to correct a market failure. Number 10, public goods are rivals. True or false? It's false. Public goods are always non-rivals and non-excludable. Those are the two characteristics of public goods. Rivals means that when one consumer or one individual is going to use it, so the other, it will not affect the other individual. And non-excludable means that uh, if it is non-excludable, then you cannot stop people of using that product. So public goods has a nature of non-excludable and non-rivals. 11. Merit goods are not fully dashed by the consumers. Now this one we haven't done. We did only till question number 10. So who will tell me the answer? You can answer in the chat, or you can, yes. I'm getting the answer from Amna. She said consume. Merit goods are not fully appreciated by the consumers. Utilized, consumed, but not fully appreciated. They don't really know what is the deep positive impact of the merit goods. So some of the people may not send their kids to the school even if the schools are free. So this is an example of people not understanding the true importance of education, which is a merit good. Number 12, demerit goods, harmful effects are not fully dashed by the consumers. What is your opinion about it? Answer in the chat. Recognize, that's good. Demerit goods, harmful effects are not fully recognized by the consumers. Number 13, claimant count is a measure to calculate what? Yes, I got the answer from someone. Unemployment, that's great. Okay, and we have, okay, yes. So claimant count is a measure to calculate unemployment. Number 14, absolute poverty is calculated with reference to a dash value. Absolute poverty is calculated with reference to a threshold value. Threshold, targeted value. Claimant count measures that how many people are receiving the unemployment benefits from the government. So they measure those people who are getting the unemployment benefits. So this is basically the claimant count. So the details are given in the notes, so you can go through the chapter of unemployment and you will find very solid details on these. So number 14, I was telling you that it was the threshold value, which is the answer. Number 15, people earning less than dash dollars are in absolute poverty. Anyone, what is the answer? It is now basically $2 per day. Some books refer to 1.5, but the threshold value is around $2, not $10. So it is people earning less than $2 per day are in absolute poverty, but 1.5 in some books refer to $1 is also fine. Question 16. GDP is the dash of goods and services in an economy. So GDP is the increased production of goods and services in an economy. Number 17, cost push inflation occurs because of the increase in the prices of Prices of what? Raw materials. Raw materials or the factors of production. That's absolutely correct. Question 17. Number 18. Relative poverty compares how dash the people are as compared to others in a region. So relative poverty compares how poor the people are as compared to others in a given region. Question 19. Free floats are based on dash. Yeah, so we'll answer. Free floats means the free floating exchange rates. Are based on demand supply. Demand supply of the currency. Free floats are based on the free forces of demand and supply. That is the answer for question number 19. 20. The rate at which the money is lent or borrowed is known as what? Yes, the rate at which the money is lent or borrowed is known as the interest rate. Yeah, who will tell me? Number 21. Zabardast. Very good. Supply side policy. Selective tax incentives are part of the supply side policies. That's great. Okay. Birth rate is calculated by the formula. This I'll tell you. Number of live births upon total population multiplied by 1000. Total population multiplied by 1000. Excellent. Very good. Question number 23. Yes. Let's see who is going to tell this, because this is something really important. Rates are used in dash to measure spending on particular goods. Inflation or CPI. That's great. Rates are used in consumer price index, CPI, and that is for measuring inflation, to measure spending on particular goods. Very good. Okay. Number 24. Effective advertising campaign will dash the demand curve. Will shift the demand curve. Very good, Zainab. Shift the demand curve. Very good. So the price, if price is the factor, then the demand supply curve either contracted or extended. Contraction and yeah, that is because of the movement. That is because of the price. Movement is along the curve is because of the price of the product and other factors like effective advertising campaign. That is because of the fact that some other factors are involved. For example, the effective advertising campaign will increase the demand and will shift to the right side. 25th, mortality rate is also known as the dash rate. Death rate. That's great. Mortality rate and the death rate are the same terms. And then infant mortality rate is something different. The number of children not surviving the first year of their birth, they will be counted as in the infant mortality rate. 26. Any point inside the PVC will represent what? Unemployment of resources, that's great. Underutilization of resources, awesome, very good. Number 26, a special, most important to remember, that is a diagram basically used. Remember this diagram, definitely this question inshallah will be coming in your paper. The variable cost is starting from zero, fixed cost is a flat horizontal line, and the total cost starts where the fixed cost is starting. So this diagram as it is you have to remember. Question number 27. A straight line of PPC represents, this is a tough one. Try what should be the term which we use over here. And they can give you a straight line of PPC and ask that what is it? Constant, very good. It is the PPC of constant opportunity costs. Remember this 27, okay? It can surprise the students in the exam. Number 28, recession is for at least dash months, 6 months. Okay, recession is for at least 6 months. Number 29, PET is 0 means what? Yes, perfectly inelastic demand. If the PET value is exactly 0, then it means that it is a perfectly inelastic demand. Number 30, if PET is infinity, represents perfectly elastic demand. That's great. PET is equals to 1. Here's dash demand, that is number 31. Unitary elastic demand, very good. Number 32. Social cost is equals to external cost plus the private cost. Great. Okay, that's it, students. If I arrange something now tomorrow or day after tomorrow, let's see.